Hi everyone, I'm Miss Lydia from the Boston Library. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have a little break in the rain here, so I wanted to take this opportunity to get outside and show you how to make a quick and easy craft project using canvas, spray paint, and plant material. So what I have on hand are 5x7 canvas boards that I picked up from the dollar store, but you can also use anything that you happen to have. Any size canvas is going to work. You can also use cardboard, but if you're using cardboard, make sure you go very light on your spray paint. You don't want to saturate it too much or it'll warp. I also have 3 different colors of spray paint that I'm going to be using. Ideally, you just want to have 2 contrasting colors if you happen to have that on hand. You can use the white as your background too, or you can color your canvas with a regular acrylic paint before you use the spray paint. So what I've done is I've set up an outside spot because obviously if I'm using spray paint, I want to make sure that it's well ventilated. It's a little windy out here, so that creates a bit of a challenge. Ideally, you don't want any wind when you're using the spray paint, but I don't have that option today. So I'm going to take my 4 white canvases that I have, and I have 2 metallic colors. So I have a silver and a gold spray paint that I'm going to be using. I'm going to lay the canvases out, and then I'm going to coat them 2 in each color. And then I'm going to go and gather my plant material. Here you can see my 4 canvases laid out. I've already spray painted 2 of them gold, and then I'm going to spray paint the other 2 silver. When you're using spray paint, you want to make sure that you take a lot of time to shake it very carefully before you start. So, moving on to my silver, you want to make sure that you're covering all of the white. So, you can see I've got a little bit of wind to contend with here. But I'm just going to go over and lay a nice solid coat on that and on this one here. And then I'm going to let those dry. So now while that first coat is drying, I'm going to go out and look for my plant material that I'm going to use to create a silhouette. I'm going to be looking for things that are leafed out, branches, grasses, ferns. It's unfortunate that not everything is fully leafed out yet because it's early in the spring, but I think I'll be able to find a few things to use. It's gotten far too windy to do this outside, so I've moved inside under the cover in the barn, and what I've done is I found some different leaves and branches. So here I have a fern that I'm going to use. I'm going to lay that right down on my canvas now that it's dried. I also found some different shaped leaves, some branches with some blossoms on them as well. So I'm going to lay that down. If they are a little bit more 3-dimensional, what I'm going to do is set a big brick on top of it, weigh it down, flatten it down for a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I have this blue spray paint that I'm going to use to go over the top. So you can see I've already finished one here. See if that comes through on the camera there. And I'm going to take this blue, and I'm not too worried about getting paint on my hand, so I'm going to use my hand to hold this down. And I'm going to go through, and I'm going to lightly, and you want to go very lightly so that you're not moving your branches, spray that until I have covered up all of the gold that I had visible. Then I'm going to go ahead and do that with my other canvases too. And again, you want to go really lightly because you don't want it to go underneath your leaves or your branches. And then I'll move my brick from this one. And then you can see here, again, if I get a little too overzealous with that spray paint, I'm going to end up moving my leaves. So I'm going to go real light, short little bursts. And then you can actually move these immediately. So you want to very carefully pick them up. Move them off of your canvas. This one might be a little bit stuck down. And then I can take those. And then you see, I don't want to smear it, but you can see that finished product. So I'll get these out in the light once they're dry, and I'll show you a final shot of how everything turned out. Now that they're dry, you can see the finished product. You can use any size canvas, any colors, any types of leaves that you have. I had the best luck with the flatter leaves like the ferns and the next leaf over. The branches don't give you as clear a design just because they sit further away from the canvas, more of the paint sinks underneath. but it still creates an interesting look. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will answer them. I hope you enjoyed this project. Join us next week for another one.